Hi, I'm Julie Hardin. I am the owner of True Lavender Collective. We are located in Ashland, Oregon, which is the southernmost part of Oregon, about 15 miles north of the California border. We have been in business here since July 2018, and you can also find us online at truelavendercollective.com. Tell us about this small business. Well, True Lavender Collective is just that. It is a collective of the best curated collection of lavender products that we have found. We have partnered with, so far, 8 different Oregon lavender farms, including some local to us here in the Rogue Valley and north of us. We also manufacture and handcraft some of our own products here locally. So you will find anything from culinary lavender products to home and pet care lavender items, personal care, therapeutic care, lavender decor, and about 200 plus products in our lineup. Lavender jewelry, lavender ceramics, so lots of fun things. If you love a lavender lifestyle, we probably have some things for you. Tell us about your favorite thing about your business. I think the favorite thing I would say is making my own decisions. So as a small business owner, I'm not working for anyone else anymore, so I get to decide what's a priority, what's not a priority, what my customers may want, what I may want to see in my business. I have the flexibility to try new things, see if they work. I have the flexibility to create my own products and just continue to look and curate the best items I can find dedicated to the beautiful plant that is lavender. Tell us about your proudest moment owning your business. I think whenever someone walks in here and just you let them take that deep breath and enjoy the free aromatherapy, and they immediately are settled and calmer and get to just walk into a beautiful space and experience all things lavender here and really a lavender experience that they've never probably had. So people who tell me that this is their favorite store in town, or they think about coming to Ashland and want to immediately come to the store, they share it with their friends and family. Those are some of the proudest moments, to know that people love it here as much as we do and want to come back and tell others about it. Hi there.
I just saw you sell those people your little pillows.
Yeah, I pillow.
Because I woke up at 5:45. I said, I'm not ready to get up.
Yeah.
Put that little thing on my head and I slept till 9 o'clock.
Yep, it lives in my bed as well for the same reason. Yes, good.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
I've been here before. I bought 4 of those pillows. I sent them to LA to 3 of my friends.
Oh, nice.
And I have my own. And those pillows are amazing. And this lady and her puppy are amazing.
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing about being in here. People are happy to be in here. They want to enjoy lavender. They want to be in here. So that's a great example of someone from the community who just loving a product. Have you heard of Merchant Maverick? I had not, but I have spent time on the website since and watched a couple videos and definitely looking at the reviews on high yield savings accounts and insurance providers and things I think will be really helpful to me. So looking forward to digging into more of the items that are there for small business owners to learn from. What is your top piece of advice for small business owners just starting out? My top advice is to be realistic. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme at all. You are gonna make some trade-offs of making money and some livelihood aspects to be your own boss and to make your own decisions. So, I set aside 5 years for this. I don't think you can really tell if something's working within a year or two for a small business. There's just so many aspects. COVID for us, fires, just things that we didn't expect. And so that's even, I think, pushed out my 5-year plan probably 2 years. So, yeah, it's not something you can just churn and try for a year and see how it goes. I really think you have to be realistic and really set aside time to dedicate to something to see if it's really gonna work. What is the best part of being a small business owner? And I think for me, it's getting able to right now create products that I want and have a need for, and I know my customers have a need for. So before, when we had an exclusive supplier where we had to carry every single one of their products, we would make suggestions for products and many of those never happened. So now, earlier this year when that changed, the very first product that I made was a lavender pet mist. So I am a very proud owner of a little miniature labradoodle who goes with me everywhere. And this was a product that I knew I could use in between her using lavender pet shampoo, of course, but something to spray on her coat and keep her neutralizing odors and keep that fresh scent. So this is the very first product that I created, and it's soon very quickly become the #1 seller in our lavender pet line. So that's the best part of being a small business owner. So for the first about 5 years of the business, we were a franchise of one of the largest lavender farms in the United States. And so that essentially meant we had an exclusive agreement with them. We sold every single one of their products in our store. They were our single supplier, and we rented their brand in effect and used their brand to benefit and kind of latch on and just be a local shop here in Oregon for people to get their items instead of having to travel to northern part of Washington state to get that. So for the first 5.5 years, that was working smoothly. You didn't envision a company 24 years old to suddenly close, and that's exactly what happened at the end of January of this year. So we got word that the land was being foreclosed on. The owner was behind at least $3 million in his payments, and the bank was done. So those procedures had already started. That information was not shared with us by the owner. He stopped communicating with us in late December. There were 7 franchise owners across the United States. We had checks bouncing for our commission checks, and when we heard, basically piecing the information together, that the farm was ceasing operations immediately, I was out about $13,000 from supplies, orders that I had put in and never received, all the way up to, another owner was owed more than $60,000. So we were all devastated and trying to figure out what that meant. So 3 of the 7 stores closed. The remaining 4 of us are still in contact. We have regular calls that I put together, and we've each kind of done different paths, similar, but are keeping in contact and trying to rewrite what our business is about. So that came at the end of January, which is a slower time here in Ashland in the winter. So it actually happened at a pretty decent time. Immediately it was like, okay, I set aside 5 years for this, and that was the 5-year mark for me, was this year. So was this the universe telling me, like, is this it? Am I supposed to go and do something else? And so sat with that for a little bit, and then started looking and thinking about products that, well, if I can make the choices, are there products that I would want to bring in immediately? And, could I get new suppliers? Could I make my own products? And still feeling a passion about doing that answered that question for me. So I set aside February. I knew I had at least 3 months worth of inventory to keep going. So that was a blessing to have that. And I had some local farms here that I had already developed relationships with that I immediately reached out to, and this could provide me raw materials, and another one that had finished products that we now carry in our store, and then started to get supplies from other Oregon lavender farms. I'm a blessing that I am here in Oregon, and lavender does very well here. So made new connections, and that's where the idea of the collective came to be. I knew I wanted to create my own and probably manufacture some of my own products using some of the formulas and recipes that I had from the prior lavender farm that were, beloved for many times over for customers. And so that's what we set out to do. So replace a lot of those top favorites and then bring in new things. So from lavender syrup, lavender bath bombs, shower steamers, sage, lavender and white sage, and just tons of new products that we brought in here. So that's really how the collective came to be. So you'll see, instead of the same brand across the board, you now see 5 brands next to each other, including our own. And losing your exclusive supplier when you're not prepared for that is definitely a sudden challenge that came about. We've thankfully handled that and gotten past some of the hard stuff and launched our own website, which is something we didn't have control of before. So yeah, we are plugging ahead and just taking over the world as our new True Lavender Collective. Well, today started with posting on social media and checking Facebook messages, Instagram messages, emails, website inquiries. So responding to that, then it's dealing with a crisis where your Wi-Fi is not working in store and you can't process orders. So thankfully that doesn't happen too often, but that is something that I have to deal with on a regular basis. But then later today, I will probably be sifting through lavender buds, making sure they're clean before we start creating some lavender sachets. We have an event this weekend, so I will be stopping at the printer to pick up items for that. I will be doing some inventory planning, so crunching numbers to figure out, what I need to order, what products I need to make, what packaging I need to order. That's one thing we're also working on right now is planning for holidays, so getting new gift collections together. Packaging is my least favorite part. It's trying to find packaging that's sturdy enough and cute enough and fits the things we want. So I'll be doing that probably today as well. At night, more working on labels and packaging things, working on new product ideas. That's something I'm really enjoying. Searching for new products, looking through my accounting and seeing the health of my business, taking things on and off the website, updating the website. All of those things are typical for me now as a small business owner. Yeah, you see those memes where it's like, this is me working for $0 an hour or whatever. It's like, yeah, that's, that's realistic. I think that's incredibly important to set boundaries and have that balance. So usually, I'm here Sunday and Monday for sure. I'm usually kind of still in motion, so I'm here on a Tuesday. And this Tuesday I was like, I cannot be in the store. So I stayed at home, set up my fall decor, and did a little bit of work here and there, but really no. And then other days I'm like, turn off all the notifications on my phone. I just can't. So I just have to listen to my body and my brain. My brain will tell me absolutely not. You cannot go into the store. You cannot do work. So there's days where my dog and I are just in our PJs watching YouTube videos all day, and just that's what my brain needs to reset. So, but I'm definitely a go person. If I'm just sitting there, I'm like, well, I could be, working on a social media post, or I could be doing that. So, but unplugging is also very important. One focus for me is with our website, and I would love to celebrate that our monthly gross profit from the website covers our lease for that month. And that would definitely alleviate some stress with that. I would love to have the problem of we have so many website orders that I need to hire someone else to do fulfillment and shipping for those orders. And I'd love to celebrate being able to pay myself. So hopefully next year we'll be here doing that. No, that's actually a good example of one product that I make, a local supplier that makes a cat mint for cats. So they have a cat mint plant on their lavender farm that we make. So that was a new addition. We never had a cat product. We get our lavender dog cookies from a maker up in Washington. That is a maker that the old lavender farm used to use. So we were able to connect and go directly to them and continue that, because that is a favorite. And then lavender pet shampoo was something that we had, and we are redesigning that. I've actually approved the second round of that. Had my sister test it, had my employees test it, of course tested it on Juno, and so that will soon be coming out too. So that's a great example of leveraging relationships that we had with the old farm, creating new things, bringing in local things, and manufacturing something new too. Yeah, so some of the lavender products that we make locally that were beloved items from our old farm. So manufactured locally for us is our lavender body wash, for example, our lavender hand and body lotion, which has always been a top seller, and then also our therapeutic salve and body butter. So this is a top seller for us. This is a product I use every day on my face, my lips. Like, this is one I panicked and didn't want to be without. So we recreated it locally. So that's something we're very proud to still have in our line. Other products that I make personally are a lot of our sprays. So things like our lavender linen water. So a spray for your fabrics, your sheets, your pajamas, your pillows. This is a perfect spray for that. We also have a lavender body mist that I make. So this is great as you're out. This is great to keep in the fridge and then have a cool, refreshing mist. So that's wonderful. Our lavender insect repellent is also a top seller. So this is one that we recreated. And this is probably, after the pet mist, this is probably the next product that I created. Our lavender room mist is a recent one. So this is like inspired by the old lavender farm, but a little bit different too. So, and that's kind of what I'm finding is nowadays I'm putting my own little spin. So this has lavender, a little bit of citrus oil, and I added some lime. So it's a nice little pairing there. We've talked about the lavender pet mist. That is another item that I make myself. And then other items made locally for us that's new to our line. An example would be this marmalade. So this is a lavender, lemon, and Pinot Grigio marmalade. It's really delicious. So that is another favorite made locally for us. Same with our gourmet salt blend. And I am working on a new gourmet lavender pepper blend. So that was another one of my favorite products. So I'm going to make some slight adjustments to it, but that's a product I'm working on now is the pepper blend. And I probably have 4 or 5 other different products in the works, so you'll have to stay tuned for what those are. Vendor rundown for True Lavender Collective. We switched to Shopify at the beginning of the year. That has been actually a blessing to us as we went through some challenges and major changes to the business. It allowed me to quickly add and remove products and manage inventory pretty easily. It also allowed me to get my website set up where I did all that work by myself, which was not something I thought of before. So Shopify has definitely been our preferred provider for point of sale, and they also are our merchant services too. So credit card processing is also with Shopify. Our website I just answered is also with Shopify. That launched about 2 months ago, and like I said, I was able to build that by myself and still learning different aspects and updating it. So, but all in all, that's been really easy to use. Banking, we use Chase Bank. That was just recommended from the original owner who started this store and owned it for the first year, and I've just kept with them, so that's been pretty good. Accounting and payroll, we use QuickBooks Online. So I was having someone else run payroll for me with my old CPA firm, and then I switched to doing that myself this year. So that's been pretty easy. I will say one of the things we're looking to change though is insurance. So we learned this year that sometime last year our insurance company just dropped all of their small business plans and no one notified me, and I didn't notice that. So yeah, we were didn't have insurance for probably a good 9 months. So was able to quickly get kind of basic liability and coverage with Next. But now that we manufacture and create some of our own products, that is a solution I'm looking for as a new insurance provider for that.